Hi, everyone. So we have this pending pressing topic that we want to discuss this afternoon, and it's about marriage. So, who do you think is responsible for the success of a marriage? Husband or wife? Let us discuss. Do you think it's wife that is responsible for the success of marriage, or do you think it's wife that is responsible? Do you think both of them have equal responsibility, or what is your take? I mean, the most responsible in marriage. You're welcome as we are coming in. You're welcome as you're coming in. I wish I can see us as we're coming in, but I can't see people. Let me see how I can see you. Unless this person leave the comment, one person is coming in. So this afternoon, we just want you to talk. You know, it's like an icebreaker, and at the same time to learn from one another. Who do you think is responsible for a successful marriage? Do you think the husband is responsible, or the wife is responsible for the success of home? I've already put it on my page directly, but maybe it's not reaching, or maybe I don't know. So I decided to come here, or maybe the time is not really right to come out. Oh yeah. So let's discuss, guys. I'm just gonna wait to see if people will be coming in, so we can have a good discussion about this. A marriage is an institution that God loves so much, and it's something that we need to think about. So, would you think is responsible for the success of a home, or especially marriage? It's an institution, and I think yeah. So, would you think is responsible? Do you think a man is responsible, or a woman is responsible for the success of a marriage? Do you think a man is responsible, or a woman is responsible? The message is not delete. So what's going on? It's not delete. It's not delete. Waiting. I'm still going to come out. We will have to discuss this today at all costs. So even if I have to come back, like maybe later on in the evening, I'll still come out. Okay. But I just want us to to know what we're doing right or what we're doing wrong. So, and marriage is not something that it has something to do with age at all. A 19-year-old can actually have a successful marriage, and 50 years old might not have a successful marriage. It's identify the roles, and it's very, very important that everybody, family is a triangle. Father has their role, mother has their role, and the children that is going to come up in the marriage has their role. So in this, we just want to discuss and rub minds together. What are the let me put this one back. So who is responsible? Who do you think is responsible for the success of marriage? As a marriage, it's an institution, and it's a triangular triangulation or whatever. We have the man at the top, we have the wife here, we have the children here, the children that will comes later. So who do you think is responsible for the success of a marriage? If I don't get answer now because of this time, I'll come back later on because I want us to discuss this um, to, 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 to save ourselves. To save ourselves, many people enter into marriage naivety. They don't know what it takes to have a marriage. People even enter into marriage without not knowing their role they have to play in marriage. They just know that, okay, I'm ready for marriage and everything. But marriage is more than that. So what do you think? Um, would you think it's responsible? What do you think we should do? Okay, so you're welcome. As you're coming in, I want us to discuss this role. Who is responsible for the success of a marriage? Husband or wife? Let's discuss. Okay, so learning, we want to learn from one another on this contemporary issue about marriage. You know, marriage can be sweet, like I said, and it can be bitter if roles are not clearly defined from the start. So that's what this video is all about. I want us to just discuss, to learn from one another, and again, to help those ones that are growing up. We want to learn for ourselves. If I have to get into marriage, some people want to go back into to undo their wrong. Maybe you're the one that have been into marriage, and then you learn one or two things out of that marriage. Now you learn one or two things, and you'll be able to identify, okay, this is the role I was supposed to play, this role I played, this is my take about the marriage, this is what I have done right, this is what I've done wrong, so that we can move on from there, so that we can learn if somebody is going back into second marriage, or even the younger ones that are coming up in marriage. So let's discuss. Leave comments on the leave your comments below on the comments. So leave comments here, please. I can't see us, but I can surely I can, yeah. Leave your comments, please. Leave your comments. Who is responsible for the most responsible for the role in a family? Who is most responsible? A woman or a man? A woman or a man? Who do you think is responsible for a role, in a marriage? The most responsible. Is it a woman or is it a man? If it is a man, why? If it's a woman, why? Okay, and we can say both of them, but marriage is not, well, there's a triangle, okay, and then we have the father at the top. Okay, I don't know. I just want us to discuss. I don't want to have my own opinion here. I want to have other people's view about what the marriage should be, how to marry. And I know that I have so many beautiful, wonderful people on this platform that can help us out with this topic. Please, let's learn. Let's learn and save our society, and save ourselves, and save our children, and save ungrown one. And then to give ourselves a second chance as well. I think it's good to learn. And if you had an experience, please feel free to share your experience. Feel free to share your experience. And so, yeah, that is it. Feel free to run your experience. Who is responsible for the success of a home? Do you think a woman is responsible? Do you think a man is responsible for the success? Who do you think is responsible for the success of home? Just leave a message. Just drop comments. I will read the comment out, and then we can discuss it. The next time I'm going to have a phone number that we'll be able to call on to discuss it. But who do you think is responsible for a successful home? Do you think the man has the most important role, or the woman has the most important role, or do you think both of them have equal role to play in to make a marriage successful? Um, we used to have this notion, or there's this adage that says that woman build house, woman is the one that built the home. What is your intake about that, about that that saying, or the adage that the woman build home? So, and do you think as a woman, that is because the woman is the builder of the home, that will make that home to be successful? That because if she's the one building the home will be successful? Or do you think that the man is the one responsible to make the marriage to be successful, to work? So I'm going to leave us here. I'm going to make some food, and I see if you come. I'll come back and see if we are here or not. I really want us to discuss this topic today. I want us to come and discuss this topic today. Who is responsible for a beautiful home, man or woman? Please, let's discuss. Let us discuss. Let us discuss. I need us. Let's discuss, please. Okay. Who do you think is discussed? You're welcome as you're coming in. I want us to discuss. Who do you think is... Why are you leaving? They just pop in and pop out. Don't pop out. Please stay connected. I think the only way that I can see us is if I go online. I can actually add people in if you want to talk. If you want to talk, let me see how I can give us the hotkey or something so that you can join me and have your talk. So I'm just waiting to see how many people are going to connect with it. So I want us to discuss this topic. Who is responsible for the success of a home? Do you think it's the woman, and do you think it's the man? If you think it's the man that is responsible, how? And if you think it's the woman, how? How are they responsible for the success of the marriage? Please, let's leave a comment here. And I don't know, I'm seeing if I can invite anybody in. So let me copy this, and if I am gonna put it the link here on the comment section, so you could join in if you want to join in from the comment section. I've left the StreamYard this thing there. So if I see you, I can invite you in. But I want us to discuss. I want us to really discuss this matter. Who do you think is responsible for the success of a marriage? Let's save the children. Let's save ourselves. Let's give ourselves a second chance by understanding the roles that we have to play in the marriage. Identifying roles is very, very important, and the roles is clearly defined before getting into marriage is very important. Okay, it doesn't matter. You might have a failed marriage, and you might want to go back and try another marriage, which is very, very, we can always start all over again. But before we start all over again, let's learn from one another. Let us learn. That's the main reason of today. I want us to sit down and talk. You could use the link here to come in, and then you could be my guest, and then you can share your own experience on the StreamYard. So if you look at the comment section, can you see the comment section? You will see a link there. Copy that link to enter into StreamYard, and then then we will see ourselves face to face. If you don't mind me seeing you face to face. But if you want to write your comment below, please go ahead and write your comment below. Who do you think is the most responsible for the success of a marriage? The husband or the wife, or both? Or is there anyone that has or do you think a man has or a woman has? Because there's an adage that says a woman build the house. Do you think the woman has the upper house? And the adage that said the man is the head of the home as well. So who is responsible the most? You could say the word the most responsible for the success of a home. Please come in and leave, and let us discuss and leave your message. You could enter into these chats, okay? And then you can private chat me as well. Okay, that will be for people that's in the comment section. So I don't know, maybe you could see the comments. I leave the link there, okay? You could enter through the link or send me a personal message if you don't mind. Let's discuss, okay, and learn from one another. Let's save the future generation. Nowadays, I find out, I was discussing with younger people. I heard the opinion of the boys, female, and I heard the opinion of the male, men, let's say men, the younger generation, single, youth, about to get married. So many women are running away from marriage based on what they've seen parents going through. Men, okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. At least somebody is icebreaker. I think the man has a bigger responsibility to show off the success of the marriage. Man gives direction, vision, takes responsibility of the running home. Can you come in and throw more light into that? But you actually, so today says here, God bless you, that I think the man has a bigger responsibility to the success of a marriage. Man gives direction, ambition, and takes responsibility of the running home from our home. Let me just leave it the comment here. It says that I think the man has a bigger responsibility for the success. He meant the success there, so he corrected it. It meant the success of the marriage. Man gives direction, vision, and take responsibility of the running home. Okay, so if you say that, how does man give direction? That's a very good point there. Man gives direction. A marriage needs a clear direction right from the beginning. And a visionless marriage is no marriage at all. So a marriage must have the vision. And then, of course, there's hierarchy. And then the hierarchy is the man, then the wife, and the children. So, and then to Tunde here, a man takes responsibility of running home. If anybody agree with that statement, that's good. I leave the link up here. If you want to join, you could just go. You could just go to streamyard.com. It will tell you what to do, and then you could just use that and copy this and paste, so you can be my partner here. So I'll be able to put you beside me, and then if you want to talk, we can talk from there. Anybody that wants to do, but I want us to learn. We can learn and relearn and unlearn. Okay, we can learn, unlearn, and relearn. StreamYard video is called StreamYard. So if you go to StreamYard, Okay, it will tell you what to do. You might have to log in to the StreamYard. So, and it will give you what to say. So I left in the comment, in the comment section, you will see the link that I send the link to you. From that link, you can join him. From the link, you can join him. So go to StreamYard, read the instruction, how you can quickly Google StreamYard, listen to instruction, how you can actually join. So I'm inviting you now. So, and to invite you, I've already sent the link online to you, but to invite you, let me see how I can invite you in. I'm going to copy. So, and all right, maybe you give me send your email to me. I don't know how I can get your email, and I can send that to you on Gmail. Okay, you have up to 10 people at the screen. So bring speaker, send a link to your guests. So you want to share, they may also want to share your instruction. Okay, so let me see how I can do that now. Let me see how I can do that to get you in udotunde@yahoo.com. Did you see the link that I sent up? I sent you a link earlier. So let me see how I can invite you through the link. It said I should send you invites and send email. So this is my email here. And okay, so let me copy your link. So I think we're making progress now. So it's already here. So it's just you that I'm going to copy your email, and I'm going to, where's your email again? And show. Today's email. Why is your email going? Okay, sorry to show that email. I want to copy the email. I cannot copy. So, okay, at gmail.com. Okay, so let me hide the comment first and get you out of the. That's the link. That's the link. But I want to hide it, even if I hide it. So what's your name there, Udotunde? Okay, let me just see if I can put you Udotunde 417, and then you'll be able to join. Okay. So I've sent you the link now, so you could join us. I've sent you the link, but that is my own link. So anybody that want me to send link to him or her, please let me know so we can. I will send the link back to you. So we're discussing, what's the topic again? What's my topic? Has the topic run away? Okay. So if I see you in, I've already sent you link. If I see you in, I'll let you join. I will allow you to come in. I don't know, is it? Okay, so that's the question. That's the question we're treating today. Okay, so we're waiting for you could log in to this or send me your email, and then I'll send you a link, and then you can join from that link. You just go to your, I sent one to your Gmail today. So go to Gmail and then copy that and then send it to me. Then you will be able to discuss that. is it possible for, is a woman or man responsible for I've already said that, and I'm waiting for you to go. So invite Ojotunde again. I've already sent one to your gmail.com so you can see. And if I see you, I'll be able to let you get in. If it's only me and you that talk about this topic, it's so much relevant. And anybody that can come in to join us, they're welcome. So, oh, good. You're welcome. So you need to, release yourself.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you. So let's hear your view.
Yes. Concerning success of a marriage, I think the responsibility is on the man. The man determines the temperature of the marriage. And like I tell people, we are not just head for hierarchy's sake. We are head because we have greater responsibility to take. For instance, in a home where there is some basic lack in the home, no water, no electricity, children cannot go to school, one issue or the other, the responsibility is on the man to fix all that. If you have not fixed all that, a woman will always become cranky, and after a while, he gets angry and gets irritated after a while. Then again, we need to define what we call love. Many people don't know the meaning of love. I've come to that realization lately. If you ask even adults to define love, they'll be telling you a lot of poem, a lot of poetry, a lot of fantasy, things that are not just real. Personally, I define love as love is a decision. I've decided to marry this person, and that is my decision. And the Bible even helps. The Bible says, husband, love your wife. It didn't say love the person you want to marry. Once you make that decision that this is the person I want to marry, you are under obligation to love her, whether he deserves love, whether he acts lovingly, whether it's anything. That responsibility is on you to love her, irrespective of our character or our behavior or anything. So I haven't said that, but there are some small things that make that are called the juicy of marriage. For instance, attention, your presence, little money. You can't remove money out of it. Little money. What my little money is this? Just basic need at home. You want to buy soap, toothpaste, want to cut your hair, want to pay telephone bills. All those small things goes a long way in the success of a marriage. Then again, when men, the issue of men is that men will say, my wife is not submissive. My wife doesn't expect me. Those things don't come automatically. You have to earn it. You have to earn it. If you deserve to be respected, a woman will naturally respect you. Naturally, when you earn that respect. No woman wants to submit to an idiot. If a loving guy that is responsible, I don't think any woman wants to leave a man that is treating her like a queen. No woman wants to leave such a man, because he knows that if she does, 10 women are outside to grab him. So he doesn't want to leave such a man. In other words, treat your woman like a queen, then she will definitely treat you like a king. One of my heroes, one of my mentors in marriage, God bless his soul, Miles Moron, he said in one of his clips, he said, you give a woman a sperm, he give you a baby. You give a woman a house, he give you a home. If you give a woman frustration, you don't want to see what he will give you. You cannot live with it. Because whatever you give to them, they will multiply back to you in like 100-fold. So far, I have found that most relationship, most in the environment where I live here, I try to counsel a lot of people, but I realize most reason why marriage are under friction, why they're under stress, is majorly caused by we guys. Some of us don't even know what we want. We are not even we are not responsible. Let me just put it that way. we want to eat our cake and have it. For instance, a man that's having an affair outside, there can't be peace in that home. There is no amount of prayer. His prayer don't even work. Because you are simply bringing a stranger into the home. It will affect you, even you as a person. It will affect you. It will affect the woman you claim to love. It will affect the children. A good example I give to you is, I know of a guy here that just died like that, and he died like that. So I was telling a group of friends, I know this guy very well. This guy go from one woman to another. So when you go from one woman to another, one way, apart from the spiritual implication of which I don't want to go into because I don't like to stand spiritual, you don't know the diseases that are in all these women that you are going about with. One way or the other, some of, no matter how protective you think you are doing, science will tell you use condom, use that. One disease or the other is coming into your body. Why not avoid that? Are you telling me you cannot avoid it? But the reason why they cannot avoid it is because they don't have a vision. If you have a vision and you are aggressive for the actualization of your vision, all those things are distraction. But guys don't have vision. They just want to wake up in the morning, make money, and come back home. No direction, no vision, no bearing. Anything goes. I want to stop here for your response, man.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, from a little bit I was able to join down from what you're saying. I wrote this one, I wrote this a little bit more here. You said you have to earn respect. That is, a man must earn respect and not demand it. And I think that's a very valid point, because in most cases, there's a difference between earning a respect and demanding a respect, which I think has to be learned. So we're able to identify the difference between demanding a respect and any respect. From what you described there, somebody that is demanding the respect, from your point, would breed a kind of an angry woman.
Bitter woman, yeah.
And then change the, that woman for whoever that he was, the person you are building that person to be, through demanding, isn't it?
Yeah.
But when you earn respect, the person will want you, and the lady will definitely want to respond to the way you treat them.
Yep.
And then what I get from you there's what is called, you talk about the treat a woman as a queen, you know, and that's love language as well. You know, so when you're talking about earn respect, you must understand the love language of your wife as well, and be able to put that in place. And then they treat a woman as a queen, and he will treat you as a king. And you have a vision. You know, you talked about those three things that can change life. You know, we're talking about who is most responsible for the success of the marriage. And like you put in there now, so respect. I don't want to talk from my own angle, because I know what I have. But would you please differentiate between demanding a respect and any respect? And
like I used to say, in marriage, you don't do what you like, you do what is right. Once you do what is right, even when it's not convenient for you, you automatically earn respect. For instance, your wife knows that you have little money on you, but from that little money, you make your children and your wife your first priority to provide for them. You have earned respect like that, because she knows, she can see that you are selfless. You are not thinking about yourself alone. That in any action you do, the first priority in your life is your family. A woman can see. And when he sees that you prioritize the family even above your own personal need, you have earned that respect. Then again, the way you talk to your wife matters. The tone of your voice, the language you use, the way you communicate matters. if you talk to her anyhow, she will take it for a while. After a while, she will start giving it back to you in the same kind of flesh. So that matters. Like I personally, I communicate with people, even people that not a person that's not even my wife. I talk to everybody with respect, dignity. One of the three things that I teach my children is love, respect, and kindness. Love, respect, and kindness. Love, respect, and kindness. You dare not go beyond those three. It's very, very important to success of a home. So if I'm trying to teach my children love, respect, and kindness, definitely I must treat my wife with love, respect, and kindness. Because once you treat people that way, they automatically give it back to you that way. Then again, I used to tell people, avoid third party under any circumstances, no matter how genuine the third party is. Where lately my pastor used to tell me that there's a place for counseling, where I'm not saying no to it, I'm not saying yes to it, but I just believe two mature individuals should iron their differences and achieve at a conclusion that this is what we want to do. Let's talk it out and decide and move forward. But when it's got to third party have to come into your midst, I don't think it's really tidy. From my own concern, I don't really think it's tidy. Although the third party may be genuine, may be up there in terms of respect and dignity you give to the person, but I feel like the two party in concern should be able to talk out their differences and reach a particular decision. And once that decision is made, the two sides must strictly adhere to it. Not that you just say motigo, I've heard. When deep in your mind, you didn't really subscribe to it. That is tantamount to deceit. Those are the little things that bring issues in mind that people don't count.
So, in other words, you're saying that paying attention to details is very important.
Yeah. And subscribe to just basic decency, and respect your word. If you are going out in the morning, so that I'm going to work, I back by 5. If there's any reason that you'll be back by 5, call. I'm on the traffic now. I can't make by 5 o'clock to get like this 30 minutes before I make it home. It's important. But guys, I don't know the kind of boys that we breed now, because I know that it is man. Man is mostly responsible for temperature of the home.
Okay, if I may ask you, from what you're saying, talking about handing the respects, treating a woman as a queen and you treat as a man, and then a man must have a vision. I'm just going to base the talk on those 3 points valid made.
Okay.
But what is a background? What role is background play? Individual background, a background of a man, what role is it play in these 3 points you made? Background is very important in life. So two people that are coming from different background are coming to marry each other. Okay. And then the background actually determine your life a lot. You understand? Your family background, how you've been raised, everything. Speak volume.
Well, I may agree with that, but I will disagree with it partially. Personally, I come from a polygamous home, and I saw the kind of marriage, the kind of family that I come out from, and I don't want to repeat that. That is my personal decision. I'm not really happy with that kind of home setting, so I don't want to repeat that. So before I get married at all, I read a lot of books about love, marriage. I have a lot of mentors, although I've not met any of them physically. I read a lot of books about. So I knew what I want on my head, and that's I decided to stick to. Instead of it has to do with my vision now. Again, back to the vision. I already have that mental picture in my head that this kind of home I want, number of children I want, the kind of wife I want, and where I want to take them to, the kind of life I want them to live. For instance, when I conceived the idea of I want to travel out of Nigeria, I was not financially capable to execute it. So I showed the idea to my wife. She didn't say yes, she didn't say no, but our concern was finance. Then I have some money on me. I'm on a loan with the bank. I said, I'm going to use this money to execute this project. She said she can't accept that. Can I not use bank loan for traveling and all stuff? I said, no. He said, I should go and pray. But I said, I'm not praying. I've prayed enough, and this is what I want to do. I had that conviction in my spirit. This is what I want to do. I cannot be living here again. So we did everything, go to school, get a visa, and we traveled with that loan. And by the time we get here, we pay back those loans. I solely determine the direction of where I want to take my family to. Getting out to advanced country again, we live in a room for 3 years. Said this is not conducive. They said, no, we are not changing this room until we can save so amount of money, then we can buy our own house. That we did after 3 years. What am I saying? I'm the one determining the vision. Set the vision to her convincingly. Then she will not play along with me. But most guys, you'll be surprised that most guys don't have a vision. They don't even have anything on their head. Most guys, I want to say this here. I don't know if it's allowed to use the kind of word I want to use now. Most guys are just sex-driven. Period. Sex-driven. They don't have anything up to sex again. Once they see a lady, what they think about is obscene things. And over time, that will show. And a lady knows. Women are smart and intelligent. They know that if they have a vision, they create a vision for themselves. And that vision, if you're not careful, you'll be excluded. You will be excluded because they can see that. Come, where are you taking me to? In fact, I personally have counseled a lady before that, come, it is high time you rebel against your wife, against your husband. Said, why? Because your husband is not taking you to anywhere. He's becoming, as far as I'm concerned, he's becoming an idiot. Wake up in the morning, lavish your money. Basic things at home. Can you imagine there's no water at home and the man is comfortable when there's no water at home? What kind of man is that? There is no simple electricity. They cut out the line, and yes, yeah, for you, I'm not doing anything, and you're a man. Such a home will always have friction. So, in other words, once you have a vision, sell your vision to your spouse. Convince her why she should buy in. As a matter of fact, once that vision is, once she can see herself playing a prominent role in that vision, a woman will naturally buy into that vision. And once she buys in, she will go have her best. Women hiding money from their husband is because they know. The women know that my husband is not faithful at my finance. She can't spend the money on that vision. That's why they're hiding money. Once your wife can see that what we have decided as a family is what we're going to do, she will naturally bring her money to support that vision. As a matter of fact, whatever God provides for that family is for the execution of that vision. That's what we call it, provision. Whatever God provides for that family is strictly for the execution of that vision. So now imagine when there's no vision. Provision will not be there in the first place. Even if it's there, it should be loss of priority. I guess what I'm saying, man.
I do.
Yes. So most cases, guys, our boys, we need to teach our boys a lot of things.
Okay, when you talk about vision, it's very important because a visionless marriage, it's as dead as dead.
Yep.
You cannot get anything out of a vision.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you have no vision, of course, there's going to be friction in the home. There's going to be a lot of problem, and no matter how a woman is, a beast can come out of her if it's in a visionless relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And again, there's one thing I want to say before I use that word. You said something now, and it's gone out of my head. Okay, I will stop you when I remember.
Okay.
So, what was the last statement you made?
Yeah, the last statement was that some women hide money from their husband.
I remember now. I remember. Okay. You emphasized on vision, which is very important. Mm-hmm. When you are creating the vision,
yeah,
is there any vision? Does your woman has a vision in your vision?
Yeah, that's what I mean by it. When you are creating your vision, set the vision to her in such a way that she's going to be a major beneficiary of that vision. Once you can convince her about your vision that she's going to play, she has a role to play in the execution of the vision anyway. that she's going to be a major beneficiary of that vision. A woman will naturally play along.
Okay.
For instance, when I have that vision of product, the way Nigeria is being run, I can foresee that next 10 years, this country is not going anywhere because this country has no vision. So I said, let's start processing traveling. Let's travel. I said, which country from? I said, US. No, what's the case for man is this. Because I have HND then, she has BSc. But you go and do your master's in US. Leave me and the children behind. Once you are done, get your papers and invite us. In other words, I make her the number one choice of the beneficiary of that vision. And that is exactly what happened. She came 6 months before I joined her with the children. If I want to buy a shirt for myself, for instance, I first of all buy her own shirt. In fact, she knows now that once I buy her a shirt, it's like, that you understand, she did her master's before mine. She traveled to US before mine. I bought her a car before I bought myself a car. Once you can convince a woman to that level, she will naturally become loving to you. You have earned that respect. That submission becomes natural. And if you read the Bible very well, any instruction about marriage, first of all, goes to the man. I don't know if you have observed that. Ephesians 5. Husband, love your wife. That was the first thing. Before he says, woman, submit to your husband. In other words, if you are the first person that instruction comes to, you are the first one to take the first step.
Now, I'm actually enjoying you, and I believe that maybe some people should be able to learn from this as well. But I wanted to ask you a question about your wife vision. So when she did a master's, does she use the vision? Is she working in what she loved to do, or do you understand what I mean? When you talk about vision, yeah.
Yeah, the number one thing she did was to ensure that we join her first, because to join her first in the US. Then getting to the US, we then have to draw another plan again. What do we want to do? Fine, the house we are living is too small. I make sure that we stay there for like 3 years for us to have some savings. Then before we can buy our own house. Then so we draw another plan, 3 years plan. How much can we save for the next 18 months or 24 months? For able to have the minimum balance to pay for the mortgage and all that. That's part of the vision too. Then again, she did another thing. I got to her. Okay, I was like, being a business person, I want to opt out of. I don't want to go to school again and all that and all that. I said no, that's not against the vision. I said because if I go to school now, paying for my master's in the US is not small. How can we afford it? Okay, he said in this case, you go back to school. She has finished her own, she has started working. You go back to school, I'll be paying for the rent. Thank God the rent is small because we're still living in one room. And she was paying for the room for 12 months I spent in school. So having left the school now, we can combine resources together now, then buy our own house. That's which we did. She has her own vision. As a matter of fact, any vision she has, it is a vision I sold to her. Because she always think that there was a time she just woke up one day, she said she likes singing, being in the choir from home, even being in the choir here too, and all that. She likes singing, that she wants to work on her album. I don't really subscribe to it because I know where the world is going. Gospel music doesn't sell like that, but I don't want to discourage her. She works the album, she did all the stuff. As we speak now, it's just like how many likes on it on Facebook? Maybe less than 500 likes and all that. Because I knew that kind of what she wants to do is not really, the world is not fancying gospel music like that. I didn't even want to sing all those hip-hop, Fuji stuff now. I know you can make a big money out of that because our person, she wants to do gospel. So I didn't discourage her, but I knew within me that much should not come out of this. Now she has realized that the best thing is for her to akin to my own vision, because I am an introvert by nature and I'm a deep thinker. I think deeply before I take decisions. And once I take that decision, I make sure I follow it all through. I give it my best shots, the best resources, the best energy, the best more time, and everything I've committed to that vision. So she realized that it's better for her to allow me to take the vision while she's just part of the execution.
So because she realized that your decision, it's impactful.
Yes, and it's a substance. It's a substance. Yes. Yeah.
You cannot a vision that is going to mar the family,
Yeah.
cause trouble the family, and you are think. And again, in the area of vision, at times, like I'm on social media, I'm talking. It's not about money. It's about reaching out.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a part. Of course, it can be frustrating when you see 1, 2, 3 people when you are looking for 10 likes, 1,000 million likes, and
And
you
they're
only
not forthcoming.
and it's not forthcoming.
Yeah.
You can be discouraged.
Yeah.
But it's your dream to reach. See what you do now. I know 1 or 2, 3 people will get into that, and that's more than money. People. I have at times when there was a period that I went to Nigeria and I was there for 3 weeks. And somebody we did anniversary in the church, and one of the people that came for the anniversary, they're like, "Oh, no wonder I waited for the Bible study on Sunday last week. I waited for the Bible study this week, and waited for the Bible." I didn't even know the person. Just one of the people invitee that, and at that stage I was about like people are not even subscribing to this, but when Holy Spirit dropped things like this topic was dropped to me when I was coming from church, and I know it has to be treated. So, but if you look at 400 likes, like you mentioned, or 1 or 2 likes, and out of those 2 likes, somebody is being blessed. When the man talked that, I was waiting, and it's one of the pastors, and I was waiting for the word. That encouraged me.
Yeah.
And it's not really about money, it's about reaching out. Why this topic? When God gave this topic, in fact, I came back from church. I've not heard. I know that it maybe somebody need to hear this. And one of those people, and God has put it in my heart, it could be 1 out of 5 people that is like that needed to hear this to save herself, save her marriage, or save himself, or whatever, or. So at times, vision has nothing to do with a monetary gain. Do you understand?
Yeah, it depends on what you want to achieve by that vision anyway. Some if at the back of your mind is for monetary purpose. Is part of it too. If you just to bless somebody, it's part of it too. If you just to impact life, it's part of it. If it's just for legacy, it's part of it too. But something must be at the back of your mind before that vision is born. Yes.
And because some men, like you, have a fantastic, you're good in what you're saying and talking about vision. But I've seen some men that have vision. Okay, I have a family friend. We're so close. He was a fantastic man. He doesn't want his wife to work. His wife will stay at home. And in fact, the guy was looking after the whole family well. And then looking after the wife. But the wife is still not happy because something is missing in her life. And that is everybody that God brought into this world. It's not an accident.
Yeah. They have potentials. Yeah.
Vision. And then the vision must be realized in your own vision. Important. And that so we'll be looking at initially, I was looking at what you want. I said, any women doesn't have what you have. See, if you're going out with me now, they will think you're richer than me. Because the husband make
taking care of her.
Yeah. But still, there's still a hole in her life that's not fixed. That she still feels like I'm useless. There is a version, there's a passion, there's something God
that is locked down in her spirit. That's like having expression. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Personally, I don't subscribe to the issue of a woman not working.
So it might not even be, yes, okay, you're talking about work. So eventually, after much talk, the husband allowed her to work, and then bringing joy actually helped the family. And I've seen another one that the husband doesn't want the wife to work because knows the reason, and he knows the reason why he doesn't want. And then when the woman started to work, the reason that the man highlighted was obvious. Just know what I mean? So, but I still believe that in a vision, a marriage must have a vision.
Sure.
And it's a triumphant good thing. Like, because you are the top, make the direction, but put in the decision. In everybody, given a clear picture where you're going, which is very important. Given a clear vision, making your vision on the table to be open, to be own. You know, I believe there's nobody that cannot be a beast. You can raise a beast and you can raise an angel. I've seen somebody that gave birth to, that married a church girl, or not a church girl in that, a well-behaved that became, entirely in the marriage, be something else. The thing that the person think he can never do in her life is what he was projecting. Because of the kind of marriage he find herself, anxiety setting, depression setting, frustration setting, everything setting into her in that marriage, and then became somebody else. And I think somebody that went into brother, marry somebody that is needed up, that the life has broken in totality. And then the man changed the life of the woman. Mold the woman that you won't even recognize the woman. That background. That's what I mentioned. The background. Background is very important. It's from your own angle about background there you mentioned. You still have background, but you don't allow your background to determine your future. You use that background to change yourself. Like a story of two sons. One was extremely rich, have complaints, have industries everywhere. And they asked him, and then the other one was a pauper, like nothing, a drunkard, and homeless thing, they asked the drunkard one, why are you like this? He said, that's what I see my dad do. My dad made me to be like this.
And how old is he, this person?
They are in their 40s.
Those are the issues I have. How can a 40-year-old man?
Let me finish that statement.
Okay.
So then and he said, I blame my dad. He wasn't good to us. He was this and that. That was why I became like this. And they had the brother, the junior one, very rich. What's his success? He said, my dad. So the same dad. I saw the way my dad turned out and make up my mind that I will never be like that. And then the other one is the same source, the same dad. So in the end, background still play a lot of roles.
But what makes the difference is, like I said the other time, love is a decision. Decision determines destiny. One decided, I don't want the influence of my father on me. One decided to play along with his daddy's influence. Decision. You will decide, this is what I want, and this is what I don't want. You see, and again, it's to come out the issue of responsibility. Let's learn to take responsibility. Excuses have no role in life. If you come out from a poor home, the onus is on you to say, no, I don't want poverty in my own life. What do I do to get out of poverty? I lost my dad when I was 17. I was just 17 when I lost my dad. But I knew within me the kind of life I want to live. I only take from him the good virtues of him, which is hard work, honesty. Those are the two major things I know. Any other thing I don't want from him. Because you can be hard work, you can be honest, but you don't have discipline. If you still ruin the hard work and the honesty, discipline is another thing. Discipline to food, discipline to sleep, discipline to sex, discipline to time, discipline to everything. Guys, because I'm a man, I can speak for a man because I don't know too much about women, about the female anatomy so much. But for guys, most guys are indisciplined. Anything goes. Anything goes. For instance, I was talking to a guy that come, your stomach is coming out of. What are you doing about it? Go back to the gym, work out, reduce your diet, know what to eat, know what not to eat. Go to gym, know when to sleep. They don't just want to take responsibility.
Some people are there that they genuinely want to do, but resources were not available for them. Not everybody have the opportunity to decide that, okay, I want to do this, because the resources that may be available for you might not be available for them.
It wasn't available. Resources will not always be available. It determines what you do with little you have. For instance, I just told you now that we came abroad. For 3 years, we are living in a room with 3 children, my wife and 3 children, in a room, one room. We have to make sure they go to school before we can do. And I will stay in that room for 3 years, 36 months.
And your wife was able to take you on board because he knows that you know what you are doing.
Yes.
So, and it is very important. So,
yes,
from your own argument now, the man is the most responsible for the success of a marriage, and then that a man must have a vision.
Yeah.
And
I must take responsibility.
Takes responsibility.
Yes.
Must have a direction.
Mm-hmm.
Have a clear goal, even before getting into marriage.
Mm-hmm.
A clear goal where you're going. And for women as well, many women actually get into marriage, not having a clear, not know what they are looking for in marriage. They just go into marriage in the name of marriage. Many people are being what's it called? The victim of that circumstances. Just enter into marriage, and without not having understanding, does the man you're marrying have a clear vision?
Yeah.
And again, having a clear vision is not enough. Does he allow my vision in his own vision?
Yeah, yeah.
First, you must or else that vacuum will be there.
And most people, if you talk to them, they tell you they have vision. But most of them, they have what I call balloon vision. What I call balloon vision is any vision you have that don't have the pursuit, don't have the drive to actualize it. It's just balloon vision. It will never materialize.
Are you talking about men now?
Men, yeah. All my talk is about men. I don't really talk. See, I don't really believe women has issues so much. It's depends on how we treat them.
Mm-hmm.
A lady, I came to church today. A lady still complaining to me today that the husband is the laid-back type, is the lazy type. Can you imagine somebody in the advanced course still watching Premiership? What kind of man is this?
Can I ask you? Can I just ask a question or address that point? From you having a direction and then having a clear vision for your home and taking responsibility for your home is, how does you make you feel as a man, and how you want to describe yourself in the moment based on what you achieve?
Extremely successful, extremely fulfilled,
and you are happy.
You see, happiness is just one fraction of fulfilled. Extremely fulfilled. You see, when I celebrated my birthday last week and I put my age there, I didn't just put it there for a reason. I put it there because so far I've achieved everything I've earmarked for myself to achieve at that age.
Amen. In Jesus and His name.
I have sometimes a guy asks me, are you maintaining 4 children? I have 4 children. If you don't know, 4 children. And there's no stress, no strain.
Amen. In Jesus' name.
In terms of their running, they can't come down. Daddy, in fact, one of my daughters said he wants an iPad. So I said, iPad for bed, that's a small thing to do. Because I knew that as they're growing up, their needs to be growing up. So I've already make provision for that in my mind, and I'm working towards it. Sometimes I will drive over to 2 a.m. just because I knew that whether we like it or not, in actualizing a vision, money will play some roles. Don't let us run away from it. Money will play some roles. So I knew that. So now that they are not going up, I have a bank account, now a joint account, that we have savings money there regularly, no matter how small. $50 a month, $10 a month goes a long way. Goes a long way. And under any circumstance, do not go there to withdraw.
And what advice do we give to somebody? Because there is an issue on the ground for me now, for somebody. You know, the both of them are fighting. The husband and the wife are fighting. First, the issue of child benefits. And the lady was not given the child benefits to the husband. And then the lady was working and not given the money to the husband.
You shouldn't give it to him. You shouldn't give to him.
The lady is taking like 8% of responsibility of the house. And the lady used to give the money to the man, and he stopped giving the money to the man because when he worked, she worked and give all the money to the man. The man will just take the money, and then when he pay rents and everything to buy food in the house, the money is being used. They're both in trouble, and the children they were raising is in trouble. And so this stopped to give the money to the man because of that. And then, of course, that was a lot of problem in the home.
It still boils down to what I'm saying, demand.
Demand, and then demanding respect.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and in that regard, who is at fault? Is the lady?
Demand. There's no let us be about it's demand. For instance, in the country where I reside, there's what we call child support or social benefit or whatever, and we fight tax. Last time during COVID, the government gave us some money, and last one too, the government gave us some money. All those money is going to my wife's account. I don't even see it. She already tell me this is the money sent. I'll not bother to find out. Let me just see it. No, she has told me this amount. She knows to put it in savings account or whatever. Or if there's a need in the house, you can use it. See, by the time you're going to put eyes in such a thing.
But when there's need in the house, you will use it because she knows that you will help out.
Yes, you always there's a need in the house, you can always take from that money. But I personally, I don't put my eyes into it. I don't want to know how much is there. So by the time you're putting your eyes into it, then you begin to say, well, we have money, you lay back. That is not your responsibility as a man. If you want your wife to respect you, go out there, make money. Your wife knows that at the end of the day, you are doing all these things for the family. And again, whether you like it or not, there's a little resources that is needed to run a home. And let there be a time where that little resources will be out. Their resources must be. You see, you need marriage is like a company. You need that's what we call cost of overhead. You need some little resources to run the home. Then, as a man, I can't imagine a man watching Champions League, watching UEFA. If there's need for it, I'm a football fan too, I watch the highlights. But I cannot imagine sitting for 90 minutes to watch it for 90 minutes. To me, it's a waste of time. That 90 minutes is either for me to use to sleep or go out there and work. Because I know what's at stake. Once the chief is down, man, whether you like it or not, it's still coming back to the man. In fact, the woman will tell you, do something now. So I knew that is your role. So I don't want to find one thing.
There is one word that always says that behind any successful man, there is a woman. What is your take on that statement?
Well, I don't know where that adage comes from, but what I know is with my wife or without my wife, I will be successful. She doesn't even push me to be successful. Doesn't even push me like, hey, Daddy, I'm my motivator. Me, myself, as I am now, I'm getting dressed now, going out on Sunday to go and do something again. Not necessarily, but the role, what I believe a woman contributes to a man's success is peace. But that is very important. And that peace is still you that's creating that peace. Once you give your woman peace, she will automatically give you peace. Maybe for that. But when it comes to his success, she doesn't have to motivate me to work. She doesn't have to motivate me to be visionary. She doesn't have to motivate me to be disciplined because I know.
And does that take Does that you be like that? Does it make you a mumu man, or don't know what you were doing? Some men will say that when they can be called a woman rapper. Okay, a typical African person that says what you're saying now, they will look at you. It's a woman. It's a woman rapper.
Yeah, I don't understand what they mean by that concept of woman rapper anyway. Because if I have any idea or have any vision now, I will sell it to her and try to allow her to buy into it. Most times she's not convinced from the onset. She's not convinced. But as time goes on, when the result begins to come in, she will definitely buy into it. And in most cases, the way I should tell her is this: I'm responsible for my actions. Whatever actions I want to take, within me, I know that there's a consequence for it, positively or negatively. So I'm ready for it. So any action that I take and there's a consequence, I don't blame her. In fact, if she give me an advice, my wife should say the same. You already know what you want to do. You are just informing me. Because whatever idea she's giving me, I won't take it line, look and sinker. I will still have to think through it, research through it, have enough information about whatever anybody is telling me. That's why I'm not a social media person. I don't take source from social media. I think deep. I look at people that are already where they are, people that are already where I want to be, ask questions, reach out for information before I take decision. As a matter of fact, I don't take spontaneous decisions. Whatever decision I'm taking today, I've taken it, it's boiled out of 10 years vision that I've had, not just spontaneous. Because any spontaneous decision you take usually have adverse consequences.
Okay.
For instance, let me give you one of my spontaneous decisions. Maybe we get into a mall. We want to go and buy shoe for the children. And suddenly you see a dress. This dress is fine though. The shoe that we are not buying. Not because you cannot afford, but because it's not part of why we are here. Another day we may come to go and buy that particular dress if it's still there. But at this moment, we want to create an habit in such a way by single focusedness. I don't know if that English is right. Just absolute focusedness. This is where we are going, and we stick to it. Get it done. Take it out of the way. Then bring another vision on board. So with that, you won't be distracted.
Okay.
And so mostly between me and you, I hope there's a man. I'm talking to a man. Most guys have girlfriends. Those are the major things that women are fighting. Women can, no matter how clever you are as a man, a woman will know. A woman will know. So those are the things that bring issues. And to have somebody out of your marriage shows that you don't have a vision because you are distracting yourself. The little resources that you have that's supposed to use for the benefit of the family, you are sharing with a strange person. It doesn't not go well.
Okay, I thank you so much for being a blessing to me. I know that we have been blessed, but I want to ask a question. We're talking about most responsible success in the marriage.
Yeah.
From everything that you've said, I've heard about you. How do you feel? How are you? What's your state of mind and everything with what you have achieved on everything you plan? If I may ask, is your wife happy? Or apart from this, no, actually it's not even the word to use. But what is her state of mind in all these things you mentioned? How she?
Yeah, she does have some concern. She's happy, but at the same time she has some concern, and her concern is majorly asking for more attention, because to actualize all this vision, you need to be out there and get things done. So most times she asks for attention. I say, doing level now, I need to see more of this and that. That is the major attention concern that she has anyway. And that's happened. And what I always tell her is this: a time will come that you have enough time, enough of my time. But now we are still at the execution stage now. The time for when all those returns will be coming is coming. At that time, you can have more of me. But the reality is that now you can't have the number of times you want to see me. That time is not can't be there now. Because I need to go out there and get things to happen. See, vision don't happen on their own. You send a vision that is working, somebody's working it. So that is the only concern I know she has, and that concern is germane. I understand that concern.
Yeah, well, when you talk about the success, I know that you have a woman, you started with being cranky, there's some certain subtle that when it built up can actually make somebody bank if it is not looked at.
Yeah.
And it's only God that has tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow will come, tomorrow, please God, tomorrow will come, we will live long.
Mm-hmm.
You just mentioned that dad died when you were 17. We will live long and you eat the fruit of our labor.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe in balancing.
Yeah.
Everything. And then and a marriage, like you actually so describe so many things. But I was hearing you constantly talking about I. And then when you talk about, because I went to go and look at your message again, bigger responsibility, deep direction, decision, no, vision and responsibility. I didn't hear the word decision. And then I did decision, but I can say I have my own opinion from what we have talked about now. When we talk about decision, what's the ratio of decision making in the family? In your family, like, because we're learning and we're using you as I saw. What the ratio? Does she have any say? Because in most cases, it's still going to down to women is seen and not heard. If care is not taken.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. She has a say, but the say, okay.
And no matter how, even if she's not talking about it, or fighting about it, if she's happy, like the way everything being structured, there's still going to be something is over, because you mentioned attention now. There's still going to be something, and if care is not taken, there's a softness of the devil, God forbid, bad thing, and need to be looked after. And then there must be a balance. So not to go back from my question. So where is the decision? Where is a place of decision?
Yeah. I allow her to have some decisions. For instance, when we decided we are going to buy a house, we already know the range of budget we have for the kind of house we want. So she already knows the budget. I will allow her to choose the area, the type of house, a duplex, whatever. I allow her to do that. Eventually, when we bought the house, she's the one that do all the cutting, all the painting. She's the one that choose the color of the house, the painting, everything. I allow her to do those decisions. So what I believe is this: there's what I call fundamental decisions. There's what I call subordinate decisions. Subordinate decisions only enhance.
When you were talking, you mentioned something there that she said, "You're just telling me. You've already made up your mind." When the ideas are being cooked, when you're cooking all these ideas, how do you sell it to her? I know you say you sell it to her. How do you sell it to her? And how do you get her own intake, her own, because you mentioned little foxes. The fox from her might big, it might not be big, it could be little things like this that you have to sign the law, to make everything perfect, So how do you sell that idea to her?
Okay. Let me go back to the when I said I want to travel. She raised some concern that she knows that I'm using loan to run my business, that I want to put my hand into the loan. That she doesn't want to subscribe to me. I was using that loan to excuse that trap. That she wants to pay about it. I said, I've paid enough. I'm not paying again about this year. I just want to do this. I've paid enough. Whatever comes me, I need to do it. So she said, she was troubled for 2 days.
Oh, that line was the audio is not great anymore. It's cracking. Oh God. Why is it cracking? I can't hear you properly from my own end. Okay, go on.
So when I said I just dropped into her, she made some information. She was like, she went to take this day fast. I have noticed I'm not fasting again. I'm not praying again. I'm not doing what I start doing. So she not using intelligence sense for me. So I said, Then she was invited then as a favor to pastors and other pastors. But I invited me over that I'm not doing anything, just want to teach. So favor to the pastors, favor to transport to the pastor. So definitely the pastor's office. I was in the campus, I'm not saying pastor, I'm not saying pastor. She went with me. So they came out of the pastor. I know I can't leave, but I know some other people came out. I get to the pastor. The pastor said, interesting pastor, this pastor, okay, pastor like that. He said,
Lying or to down. Let me see the it's me say mo ongo ba me go ra.
What is this place?
Okay, much better.
Yeah. So the guy used to for we went to the pastor. When the pastor sees the pastor just went here and said, they're here for I asked her to talk that. This is what I said. The moment she says the pastor said there's nothing to pray about spirits. Because we know if it's all about praying, our own is on strength too. Like in Canada, that's in Canada, there's nothing to pray about praying. She looked at my eyes, I looked at her, I said, did I tell you? But I understand what you mean. I allow her to make some inputs. And I don't just discard her inputs like that. But I always know that whatever inputs she's coming with, I still have the final decision to take. That's where I'm going. In fact, now my children are coming old, and my first one is around 13 now. I asked for their consent. This is what I want to do. You have any idea, whatever. But whatever idea they give to me, I always treat it like a secondary idea because I see that the box is still on my table. I have a final decision to make, and I'm responsible for that decisions and the consequences of it.
Okay.
I don't just discard our words like that. For instance, when we buy the house, the painting of the house, the cutting of the house, she made those decisions. I don't even have any input on it. The school the children goes to, she's the one that's practically decided on those schools. But I know that there are some fundamental things that I will allow her to be in charge. Little things like, hey, what will I eat this afternoon? Anything, I don't have favorite food. She decides what I want to eat, I eat. You understand? I don't have color, I don't have any fear for any color of shirt or anything. She decides the kind of color I should buy. It's okay by me because I see all those things as they are not the main thing. But when it's come to a decision that can determine the success of the family, I make sure I get hold of that. That's what I mean by it. And she knows that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we've learned a lot, and I know that people had learned. The major points I'm taking out from the discussion today from you is the most responsible for the success of marriage.
Is the man. Is the man.
I personally believe 100%. This is my own take as well. That is the man that has the most responsibility. And when you talk about love, when you love somebody genuinely and then you show respect like you described, submission is easy.
Come natural, yeah. Come natural.
Come natural.
Yeah.
But when you are, you can't be bothered, you can, of course, expect that.
Yeah. I personally have counseled a woman before to be rebellious. I've counseled a woman before to be rebellious because I realized the man that's married to just a simple word is an idiot. There's no point. He's an idiot. So when you unfortunately married to an idiot, why do you want to put your destiny in his hand?
So, and then you mentioned what is important. Don't let us abuse people. And you mentioned that what is important there about vision, which is something for me.
Okay.
You marry a person that has vision. I understand. When just married, like you said, I want to have children, I want to have sex, and not one alone. Some women enter into marriage naivety, not knowing, understand what they are getting themselves.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, it's a catastrophe. So, but I believe that everybody that God created in this earth is for a purpose.
Yeah.
You have girls now. You have children, you have, to the glory of God, there's boys and girls.
Yeah.
And boys and girls that God has given unto you have purpose on earth. Nobody came into this world with no purpose.
Agreed.
I believe that one of the purpose is production, coming together as a family, which is the fundamental. If so many family are good, then the society will be good.
Yeah.
And then good as well. But I believe that a woman has a vision as well, and a man must help the woman to realize. The woman must not be on top of the man when it comes to vision. The vision of the woman must be submitted under man's vision, unless the man has no vision. If the man has no vision, and then you see yourself periodically that there was no vision years by year, then you can stand up and take ownership of yourself. That's a woman.
Yep.
But in a situation where man has a clear vision, declaration, like you mentioned, the woman must submit under the vision of the husband. The husband must realize that woman purpose, and it's a sin to allow that woman to realize what God has bringing her. It's like you have a child, a male child or female daughter or something, female child, and you said, okay, you don't have any vision. Nobody under the sun with no vision.
Yeah. Even for a man, it doesn't even pay you to kill the potentials of your wife, because that means you want to keep working all your days of your life. Let her express her vision. Let her express herself. And good for it.
And that message, I listened to a message about 18 years ago, and it resonates with me to tomorrow. I went to a place and it was talking about this vision. And then talking about vision, and he said he was advising all the women there. It was a man. Do not marry a man that has no vision.
Yeah.
Because you will be destroyed. And he cited the example, and he was talking to men as well. Oh, men that has a vision, don't be selfish. The woman that God has given unto you, she has a vision too. But it is your responsibility that lady or that woman God gives you fulfill a vision. And that's why you get a crown and a bat at your back. Fulfill the purpose. You know? Many women are vision being destroyed.
Yeah, that can happen when a man is not secured in himself. For instance, my wife go from one church to another to sing. He like to sing and just minister and all that. Once, for instance, I'm along with one of my daughters alone now. She's somewhere singing. That's her vision, and I can't stop her because I realize she derive a lot of joy in it. I can't stop her.
So the man was saying that when she got married, he knows his vision, that is God he has power to delegate power. That's he was a successful man. All he do is to delegate powers. And the delegated powers here, that to everybody when they were successful. But when he married, he has to call his wife and ask the wife, what do you like? What's your vision? What do you like from inside of you that you want to become?
And help us to nurture it up.
And the woman said, I love charity job. And then she asked the wife, okay, you like charity job, what are your plans? And he realized that the woman has plan, but the plan is not that Christian. So what he did is to help her elaborate that vision, strategize the vision. Since what God has given to her is to delegate. So he used that delegation vision to help her wife to fulfill. And he said, when he's going for administration, now charity works is all over the world now because of him helping her to be able to realize that vision. Now, if he is free and he wants God, follow the wife for the charity works all over the world. And she was very happy because that's the only thing he wants in her life. That's the only thing she wants. And it's very important that, and then again, what we don't realize is when a man is doing this, doing it for yourself. It's for you are the one that is going to come and enjoy at the end of the day. Then there's some people that said, I love my children. I do not love my wife, or I do not love my husband. You cannot love your children.
What is the meaning of that, sir? I don't even understand. What is the meaning of that? What kind of statement is that?
I said somebody was, it's one of the counselors, and the person was, well, all I is if my children are okay. I just want my children to be okay. And one of the children now has, because the one of the children is in late teen.
Okay.
And he was asking, because it was a session, and he was asking that, what do you mean by you love children? Do you really love us? And then he said, I said, when you love us, you love our mom.
Yeah.
Our mom. And that is where you show love, because you don't love us if you don't love the mother.
Yeah.
And then we are all, even either ways.
Yeah.
Even the husband or wife, you can't claim you love somebody if you don't, or you love your children when you
don't love their mother. Yeah, that's not love. That's not love.
You actually hate. For the love of the children, for them to reach their potential, you must love either the parents. You must love their mother, or even the dad, anyone. And then, let's talk about man now, because man is man of the house. You must love your wife. The first place to start loving your children is loving your wife. You cannot love that woman and say you love the children. It does not work like that. And that's why we have some children nowadays, the youth that are growing up, some girls, they are so rebellious. They are so defensive about themselves when it's a relationship with men, because of what they're seeing going on in
at
their
home. Yeah.
home. And then, so when you are saying you love a man or you like your children, and the children could see all these things, it's generating.
Yeah, you claim you love their children and you talk to their mother abusively in their presence. Come on, that cannot be love.
Or do all sorts of things to the woman, and then you love. No. Already the children, to the glory of God, will build them. They will meet a good man, but they've already been damaged by what they see. And I see some girls nowadays, the singles, they are defensive. In fact, the women nowadays are really defensive. Unlike the women of our own age, they are really defensive because of I cannot take what my father took from my mother. I cannot. This is so. That is what's rampant at the moment.
Mama, please. Let's one of these days. Let's talk about parenting. One of these days, let's talk about parenting and all that. So, but as it is now, I have some assignment to do now. I
actually need to. I want to go now, but I'm writing up. That's what I'm writing.
Okay.
So to say, so this is very important that we put all these things in place, and I believe that many people had learned what said, that a man determines the tone of his life. And then if you are coming from Christian background, you have to look at Jesus as an example, as groom and we're bride, because sacrifice is life.
Yeah.
If you want anything, you run to Jesus. You run to Jesus. Can your wife run to you? Can your wife come to you every time? If she can run to you and be comfortable to discuss things, like when you go to Jesus Christ by the bed, talking to Jesus Christ about everything that happens to you, because you know Jesus Christ has saved you from who you are. And he's, so that is really the yardstick, Jesus foundation of each home. And it's easy for us to submit to Jesus because he loves us. That is it. So having said all these things, I want to say thank you, Lord, for being here. By the way, Mr. Tunde Ojo is my brother. talking this, we haven't spoke this like this for ages.
Yeah.
But God is faithful. And then I want to believe that we learn one or two, three things from this discussion. And know that the most responsible from his own experience, the most responsible person in the marriage is a man. And you cannot demand respect and ever be happy.
Yeah.
We have so many 50, 60 men nowadays that are single.
Yeah.
Because of the way they live their life, in their youth and everything, and it's either they are widower or the women can't take it no more.
Yeah.
A lot of damage has been done into the life of the person. If you are thinking about
and you can't be truly happy without a woman in your life. You can't be truly happy. That's the truth.
If you're thinking about where you are going in the future, you will, if you're thinking about your old age, then you will love yourself. Loving your wife. And then, because the Bible described that woman as a favor. It's a favor that brings favor, that brings children, multiplication, fruitfulness, everything into your life. You cannot treat, and then in the future, you want to be happy. For you to have a happy ending, and then happy life, and then happy old age, then we'll have to think about what you are doing. So let us listen to this again, learn and unlearn some certain things that we have been doing, and relearn what we have been doing for ourselves. Know that men have a big role to play.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, my big sister.
God bless you. Go on, pray for us.
Father, in the name of Jesus, as we have discussed this evening, Heavenly Father, let this word become a substance in the life of the hearers in the name of Jesus. Give them the grace to be a practitioner, not only the hearer, in the name of Jesus. At the end of the day, let the name of the Lord be glorified. In Jesus' mighty name, we have prayed.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My daughter is saying hello to you, Ma.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you, love?
Fine.
Nice meeting you and seeing you. You look like
It's a pleasure to you, Ma. Yes, Ma. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. You got your wife?
Yes, Ma. Thank you, Ma.
God bless. So, and I hope we learn one or two things from this discussion. And I hope I'm going to bring this topic back again to hear from another person, and to encourage us ourselves. We've learned from him, and whatever that he's saying, I would say 80 to 90% there is actually the right way to go. And the most responsible for the success of a marriage is a man. It is a man. And that is it. There's no way to that. It's a man. And then, because that's a triangle, you are up there. That's the your wife and the children. And again, you have to have a clear vision. Don't demand respect. Earn respect. Earn respect. Have a clear vision of your man. Give direction, but give your wife voice. Identify your wife's vision in your own vision. Give her to be who God has called her to be. At the end of the day, you will be the most happiest person on earth. You will be the most fulfilled person on earth when you do that. But if you are doing otherwise, it's like you are cutting your hair and you're bleeding, you don't know. You're cutting the part of your body and it's painful and is bleeding, and so you're hurting yourself, in the other word. And then after some time, the way you lie your bed, you will sleep on it. And that is the fact. But if you allow the things to run the way it's supposed to run, you'll be the happiest person. You'll be the glorious father to the children. And then you'll be able to raise an angel. Raise an angel. I've seen somebody, Joyce Meyer, was an abused daughter, by her dad when she was from 8 years old until 18 years old. When she left home, the dad was physically and verbally and sexually abusing her. He abused her. So when he got to 18 years of age, the first man that came to his life, he married. And then at the end of the day, after marrying the first man that came to his life, that was the end of the situation. And he divorced and he met Dave. Dave played the role of a good man while he married Joyce Meyer. Joyce Meyer was very, very wide woman, wide, but the man stable, because he knows that the success of that marriage was him. After 3 years of madness, wideness, all those anger build up inside of Joyce over the from her childhood to the adulthood, living this first marriage, marrying an drug addicts and everything, gave back to a child to the government, come out of that marriage, marrying a man of God who was matured for marriage. After 3 years of her being mad in the marriage, she wanted to be like her husband, because not for once David lose at his temper over him. And he started like, so people can be like this. I thought it's not, it can be. People can be. So she started looking, she wanted to be like her husband. And then Joyce Meyer, Google her. She is the one making, not knowing that the devil wanted to destroy the greater testimony this woman had. We know Dave Meyer because of Joyce Meyer. And then everybody does their half for Dave Meyer because he made Joyce Meyer. And making Joyce Meyer made him. That was the crown. That was his success. That was his purpose. That I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. But it is very, very important that we get it right. And that woman could be man and everything is a product of a broken home. Product of a broken home. And then you just have to unlearn and undo what is being done. By the help of Holy Spirit, everything is possible. But the most responsible for the success of a man in marriage is husband, has been said. So we'll be coming back here to hear from another person. Maybe we will come back one of this week as well to do this topic again. Maybe we will have an opportunity to ask somebody else to come in, a man, to share an experience why an husband or a wife is the most responsible for the success of a marriage. Until then, thank you for clicking in. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for leaving all your messages. You are good, and God bless you. God bless you. God bless you all. And bye for now. Thank you so much for relating. You can still go ahead, leave your message, leave your comments, do whatever that and then let's learn from you as well. God bless you. Bye.